What's up, y'all? It's your boy D-STAL with another D-STAL'S Extrapoint. This is VLOG20 Part 3 recap of the offense. Man, a lot to talk about this offense. I'm going to say this, and hopefully this don't be too long. But early on, first drive, the offense drove the ball. That nice sideline deep pass, like I said in the first video. Sideline deep pass. That's when me and my brothers coming in. Sitting in our seats at the at the stadium. Lamar threw a pretty nice deep ball to Dstāl'S on the sideline. Caught it. I remember they challenged it. I think Mike Tomlin challenged it, but it was a catch. And then, of course, we settled for a field goal because line, can't block, guards can't block, and then we got settled for get Lamar hit, sacked, or he got thrown away. Then we kick a field goal, and then that first half, man, most of the first half until that very end of the second quarter, basically we couldn't score for nothing, man. We was just getting three and outs. Lamar gets sacked, and Lamar with that interception. I've seen that live. Like, he's trying to get it over. Actually, here his cousin Pierre, I think that's his name. I forgot his first name. He was trying to get the ball over his head to, I think, Rashid Lee, but got picked off. And that's probably like Lamar's first pick in the last year or two that was purely his fault. Because remember, last year he only threw 4 interceptions, and all of them wasn't even his fault. But this one, probably early in this year, the interceptions he had was like tipped. But this is probably the first one in quite some time that it was his fault. I knew he was trying to do, but he shouldn't. He could have put a little more touch on it or just thrown it away. But then after that, I heard he got on the sideline. He was pissed, threw his helmet off, and he was talking to Daniel Falala, fish fillet, as they call him, about something, and something about they knew it was coming or something. Pause. Talking about, I guess, a certain play, or probably a certain play or something. They knew that it was going to happen, and then all of a sudden it just they threw an interception, and it was probably even that. It was either that play or play before. Maybe he didn't get blocked up right, or he got sacked or whatever. But he was pissed, Lamar. And I heard he was talking to Daniel Falele, and Zay Flowers was talking too. But I think Daniel Falele walked over to him to talk about it. So Lamar is starting to really show frustration in the lines, specifically the guards, or specifically a guard, Daniel Falala. But after that, the offense wasn't really moving the ball. It was 3 and outs. It was just frustrating. Then we finally started to run the ball better with Derrick Henry. He started to hit those the nice runs, and then finally we had a great run by Keaton Mitchell. He was in shotgun, that handoff. He was in shotgun. I think they pulled a lineman. I don't know I forgot who it was, and he just hit the gap and it was gone. Almost scored, and I think he hurt his knee on that play. I think maybe the way he landed or something. I'm not sure when he got tackled on or whatever, because I thought he was going to score. So a lot of people in the crowd, when he was sitting there, it's like, if that was Keaton Mitchell before he had that knee injury, he would have scored. But he got stopped, got tackled. After that, I didn't see him after that, because I was like towards the end of the second quarter. And then that's when Lamar was in the end zone. I mean, it was in the red zone. Drop back and pass, and I think Patrick Queen came up. He was a spy, but then he came up to try and blitz him, and then Lamar seen a open hole, and just ran, bam, scored his first rushing touchdown against the Steelers ever. It was about time. But he got it, scored, and then the second half, I think after the Steelers I think they scored a field goal. I think they scored a field goal because they got the ball after halftime, and then the offense started to really drive. We started to run the ball better, started to look better running the ball. Lamar's throwing a lot of great passes to Zay Flowers, to Bateman on that one. It was like a great pass in the middle. It was like a strike in the middle, like in the zone. And he was driving it downfield. They running the ball very good with Derrick Henry. And then I think we did like an end around to Zay Flowers. He got like a first or close to a first down. So we was really moving the ball finally. And then all of a sudden, once again, Lamar stepping up in the pocket. This time he didn't run, and they was looking for him to run, and then Isaiah Likely in the back of the end zone, and scored right there. And then we caught back up for the most. Well, we starting to catch back up, and then that's when the Steelers scored on that one play on the defense where nobody picked up the right person. It was just communication problems. What Harbaugh said today on his presser, unacceptable. But then, luckily, the offense came back, and I think the offense came back, scored, I think, another field goal. I think we scored another field goal where we should have scored, but I think that was that was before. I think we just scored a field goal and we just couldn't. It was I think we just couldn't score in the end zone for some reason. I don't know. It's like this red zone offense we have is just, I don't know what's been going on. We just couldn't score, couldn't punch it in, and I think Luke kicked the field goal. And matter of fact, that might have been the one for the no, it wasn't that, but it was for the. I know the next drive was for the likely touchdown that should have happened. I think that next drive. This one we was like 22-27. We was down by 5. We scored a touchdown. We've been up, and likely caught the ball 2 feet in the end zone. Should have been a touchdown. Saying he needs a third foot down to score. They screwed us. I don't give a shit what anybody gotta say. The Ravens got screwed on that play. Screwed. Like, they need to investigate that right away, because there's no. I heard some rumors is they are investigating these refs that had these bogus calls. From was it from that, especially that catch, some penalties, the Aaron Rodgers thing when he caught the ball, but they said he was down because his knees was down. Like, it was some questionable, very inconsistent officiating. And especially with that one, that should have been a damn catch, a touchdown. All you need is 2 feet. He's not going to the ground, so he don't need 3 feet. It's not like he's diving on the ground. He's catching it, holding the ball out, stretching it, holding the ball, and then they get swatted. 2 feet and they get swatted. Like, he shouldn't need 3 feet, and he's not going to the ground. It's 2 feet, you're in. They're going to have to put an emphasis on that rule in the offseason. But they need to investigate these damn refs. Because I heard one of the refs is one of the refs that tripped Lamar in the San Francisco game 2 years ago on Christmas, and he got and Lamar ended up getting a safety because of him, because he was trying to run out from the pressure and tripped over the ref. The ref was in the way. I forgot his name. The black ref. I don't know who it was, but I forgot his name. But people say it was him that was officiating. They didn't investigate all of them, because that was a touchdown. Like, listen, Steelers fans. I know y'all happy, y'all got y'all win, but come on, that was a catch. That was a touchdown. He wasn't going to the ground or anything either. Y'all had a similar play like that with y'all receiver, but he went to the ground. He was starting to go to the ground. Isaiah likely wasn't going to the ground. He was just stretching out the ball so the defender won't get it. So that is just bullshit at the end of the day. Excuse my language, but it's true. That should have been a catch. They screwed the Ravens. No excuses. No excuses for the refs on that. And then that's when we was trying to score, and We ran the ball, I think, on that 3rd and 2, and Harbaugh said today that usually doesn't happen with that communication problem. We got stuff like it seemed like they was trying to get the right formation, right formation, and they trying to flip the formation, but it didn't go well. And I think was it Henry? I think it was Henry or was it Ali? One and two got stuffed, and it's just like it looked. I think we got legal formation too, so it just didn't work at all. That play, I don't know what it was called. So they said it was communication on most of the coaches and the players, but most of the coaches. So that's not good. We gotta correct that, especially at home. And then, of course, Lamar. Oh, even before that, Bateman drops the ball. Drops the damn ball. And Bateman, I like Bateman. Bateman, I know people get on Bateman, but I like Bateman. But he should have caught that. I understand it's a slightly behind him, but I think he took his eye off the ball. But you gotta catch that, man. Even if it wasn't a touchdown, it was going to be a first down, for real. And then of course, that 4th down play. Lamar's trying to throw it to D Hop in the back of the end zone. He was wide open, and then Money Mark Mandrews got in the way and tipped it because he thought the ball was going to him. And he only had one catch for 9 yards on that final drive, 2-minute drive of the game for the Ravens in the 4th quarter. Man, they paying you this money. They just gave you a new contract. You need to step up. No excuses. Isaiah Likely scored a touchdown. Really should have been 2 touchdowns. You only had 1 catch. You got to step up, Mark. You are Mandrews. You need to show why you're Mandrews because you're not showing it. You didn't show it in this game. You got to step up. Period. No excuses. And then after that dysfunction, him tipping the ball, and Hopkins was wide open, and he tipped the ball away from him on that 4th down. Then we get the ball back, 2-minute drive. Lamar's driving the ball. He ran the ball, I think, for a first down. He hit, I think he hit Zay Flowers. Was it Zay? No, he hit Isaiah Likely on a scramble. I think it was a 4th down. Got on a scramble, hit him, got the first down. Then he hit Charlie Kolar in the middle, strike in the middle on that 2-minute drive. And the last minute of the drive, last minute of the 4th quarter, hit Kolar. Then he scrambled, I think, to his left and hit Andrews for his first and only catch to the sideline for 9 yards. And then final play of the game, I think it was like 9 seconds left. The offensive line, I don't even blame Rodney Stanley because he actually pushed this guy around, but, he could have done better. But he was doing good most of the game and then until that last play. But, of course, the offensive line can't freaking block a stunt in the middle. The guards, specifically for Lele, whiffing all day. He was just whiffing, even on the sack earlier in the first drive of the game. It was the first or second drive of the game. Whiffing, missing. It's like he just lost. He just don't have the confidence to play at right guard. And Harbaugh continue to play him. Is ridiculous. I'm sorry I made this video long, but that offense, when we was watching it, it's like we thought he was going to come back and win. We got screwed by the refs with the catch, supposed to be a touchdown from Likely, and then the 2-minute drive or minute drive, to be honest, because we only had like a minute and change, and then 1 timeout. Couldn't score. Lamar gets sacked. End of the game. Can't handle a stunt in the guard position. There's nothing you can do about it. And we was driving. We starting to drive. I think we was about to hit midfield, or we was at midfield, but didn't work out. Now we're 6-7. Well, we'll see Pittsburgh. See y'all week 18, final game of the season. This probably be for the division. Hopefully we got to win out. We got some tough games. We got the Bengals this Sunday on the road. Then we got the Patriots. They flexed it to a Sunday night game. And then the Packers game, I don't know, they might flex that to a 4 o'clock game or something, but we gotta do better, man. We gotta do better. Overall, as a team, gotta lock in. It's like we have a very small, like we have a small chance to get in the playoffs, and it's by winning the division. We can't get in the wild card. We gotta win the division. Small margin of error for this team. I know this is kind of long, but I had to break it down of what happened. But we had fun at the stadium. It was great. It was fun. It was a little. It wasn't cold. It didn't get cold till the second half because the sun was going down. But hey, still have fun. Like I said, Ravens lose to Pittsburgh 27-22. Gotta get ready for Cincinnati.